Hi everybody, long time. Okay, this video was requested by Fuzzy Donut of Whatnot, so here it is. I recently got the Peter Porker, the Spectacular Spider-Ham Complete Collection Volume 1 from my local comic shop, and let me get the elephant out of the room. It's not a very good book. Okay, it's 454 pages, so it took me about 6 hours to read. And it was $42. You can get it online, but it's out of print, so it might be a little pricey for some people. And that's why I wanted to start with the it's not very good. Um, I was the target audience when this was published in the 80s. And what I didn't like, well, I loved the one shot that they had at the beginning. It was pure parody of a typical Marvel comic book. And they had um, Steve Rogers as a meerkat, but they were partners. So that was neat. But in the Star series, which was published after that, they get replaced by he gets replaced by these three characters that are kind of interchangeable. I don't even remember like their names. I tried to look it up and it's not even on the internet. They're Huey, Dewey, and Louie clones. So they all three of them are always together. They're these junior reporters. And they take up half the plot. It's kind of like when you're watching Super Friends from back then and Wendy and Marvin and the Wonder Dog show up. It's kind of like that. Or the Wonder Twins, and you're just kind of like, but I wanted to see the Super Friends. Not only that, but they have a lot of plots where Peter Parker, instead of acting like a 20 something, acts like a 50-year-old man. He's sitting there listening to jazz records while his contemporaries are listening to um, versions of Ozzy Osbourne and Prince and Barbara Mandrell for some reason, although the issue with Barbara Mandrill is hilarious. So is the Ozzy Osbourne one, actually. That one is hilarious. Those two actually made me laugh quite a bit. And are kind of worth the price of the collection because they're expensive. Probably because those are like the really two good ones. And um, there's a lot of backup features that are very inconsistent. It's they're half of the book is always taken up with these parody characters of the X-Men and Doctor Strange. Goose Rider was actually pretty funny. That one was funny. Um, let's see. So I also just wanted to go over the TV tropes article. Well, some of they articulate the points that I want to make more concisely, and well, that's why I wanted to kind of go over it a little bit. Oh, J. Jonah Jackal is actually the best character in the whole book because he's actually consistent and funny. And there was an issue where he's dating Joan Colley, which is a reference that little kids aren't going to get, even in the 80s. It's just like, really? A lot of the joke references were joke references my dad would have made back in the 80s, or my mom. And it's like, didn't they have somebody younger to make these stories for their actual target audience? Okay, so here's some of the TV trope stuff I wanted to cover. Let's see. That's not it. Oh, yes. Chuck Cunningham syndrome. Mary Jane Water Buffalo. Oh, yes. She'd. Oh, that's the thing I wanted to cover. The new Spider Ham isn't the same as this Spider Ham. That's what I wanted to mention. And it's just kind of there's there's this whole thing where they don't. Oh yes, Bunsen. That was the one I wanted to talk about. He's one of the Huey, Dewey, and Louie's, where he just is a science nerd, and the other one is hip, and the other one is just sort of there. All